Not too long ago, I helped one of my girlfriends make her save the dates, and a lot of you have been requesting a tutorial on how to go about making these. So if you are hoping for the same kind of wavy invitation look, make sure you stick around because I'm going to give you a full tutorial on this. Full disclosure right off the bat, I do have a printer and a Cricut at home, so if you have both, you are going to be able to follow along with this. Or if you're just looking for the express route and to get the design all set up and ready to go, I have got that listing on my Etsy shop. So jumping right on over to canva.com, we are going to create a new design, and I'm going to make mine 5x7. Make sure you switch your units from pixels to inches, and then you can go ahead and click create a new design to be brought to your blank canvas. In the left hand toolbar, there is a tab that says elements. Click on that, and then in the top where it says search elements, I want you to type in wavy rectangle. Then it's going to give you a bunch of different options to choose from. For this one, I went with this because it looks the most similar to the one I made in Photoshop. Just want to note that any elements with the little crown icon next to it does mean that it is for Canva Pro members. Now, if you are an upcoming bride, I do highly recommend doing the upgrade just during the time while you're wedding planning and doing all your DIYs, because you have unlocked a bunch of different features with this upgrade. So with this shape, unfortunately, as you can see, it's not stretching to the full 5x7 without being cut off. I do have achieved for this to make it 5x7 once we get into design space. So for now, leave it as big as it can without being cut off, and then change your colors to the ones you are looking for your invitation. Now I want you to go ahead and duplicate that first page to your second page, and then create your design in that second page. For time's sake though, I am just going to drop my design that you guys have already seen me make, and I'm going to put it right in here exactly in the position that I want. Now when you're happy with how the text is laying, I want you to delete that wavy rectangle. So since this wavy rectangle isn't 5x7, we have to bring these elements in separately. When you go to adjust the sizing in design space, it's going to stretch our text, and we absolutely do not want that to happen because it's going to distort things. If you're someone that doesn't care about having a true 5x7 invitation, you can leave the text in there and just save it as one file, but honestly, it's going to look a little off when it's not filling out your whole envelope. Now when you're ready to save this out, go to the top right, click share, download, make this a PNG, slide that resolution toggle all the way to the right, and then make sure it has both pages selected under select page. Also make sure you check off transparent background. Then go ahead and click download. Now if you're someone that's not a Canva Pro member, you're gonna have to save it as a PNG. You can't move the toggle given that there's a crown next to it, and same thing with transparent background. You're not gonna be able to check that off. But make sure both the pages are selected and then hit download. Once your files have been downloaded to your computer, go over to design space and open up a blank canvas. In the left hand toolbar, the very last selection, we want to click upload and then bring in our uploaded images from the ones we just saved out. So go ahead and locate your files. You're only going to be able to do one at a time, so let's start with the background first. Make sure your image looks good, then hit continue. Once your image is loaded in, it will give you a preview, and if you're a Canva Pro member, yours is going to look like this, so you don't need to do anything in this background remover step. If you're a non-Canva Pro member, skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to show you how to upload your image in. For my Canva Pro members, we're going to go ahead and click flat graphic for this because this is a print and cut. Anytime you use this feature, always select flat graphic. And once you saved your image in, we're going to go ahead and scale this down. With this layer still selected, go to the top toolbar, and we want to play with the sizing. Make sure you hit the unlock button. It's in between your width and height, and we want to put in 5x7, and now we have the perfect size invitation. Like I tried to tell you guys before, if you had your text already saved in here, it would have pulled it and it would have made your whole invitation look like crap, and you would have been so unhappy with it. But anyways, back to our invitation, we need to add a white border around that black outline. In order to do that, I go to the top toolbar and I select offset, and then I play around with this toggle until I like the look of it. Thankfully, you have that little blue guide to help you, but I honestly just kind of try to make it look like it's the same width as that black one. And once you hit apply, it's gonna go to its default color. Just go up to the top and switch it to white or whatever color you desire. And as you see right now, it's getting lost in my canvas, so I'm just switching my background color really quick. Then I'm gonna click and drag over both of my elements so they're both selected, and now I want to flatten this. Guys, if you do not flatten this, it is going to try to cut the inside and then it's going to cut the outside. It is not going to be together, so make sure you don't miss this step. Then the last thing we need to do is go back to our upload tab and load in our design. Again, if you are a Canva Pro member, you are going to have a nice transparent background behind this, making your life a whole lot easier, so we are going to leave that alone. And then once again, we are going to convert our upload to a flat graphic so we get to see all of our beautiful details. And then the graphic should drop right into your canvas after you save it out. Now for the sizing of your text, it is not going to be a true 5x7 because with the transparent background, it is just saving out where your text is located. So since we already did our background to the correct sizing, you just want to go ahead and place this text, scale it in accordingly. Make sure you keep that lock icon on because you want the proportion to stay equal. You do not want to stretch your text at all. Then once again, when you're happy with where your text is laying, select all of your elements and flatten them together. And then Canva Pro members, you are ready to continue on to go ahead and make this. Now really quickly for my non-Canva Pro members, we are going to rewind a bit and save out your images into Design Space. So in your upload image tab, we're gonna go ahead and select our background image. Click continue, and then we are in the background remover. As you can see when I zoom in, there is a white rectangle behind this design. In order for our Cricut to cut that wavy design, we need to get rid of it. So on the left hand side under manual, make sure it says select, and then we want to go ahead and click on the outside white that we do not want. If you click in any of that space, it should take away all of it. And just make sure you double check by zooming in and make sure it is all gone. Once it looks good to you, hit apply and continue. And then select flat graphic for our print and cut feature. Once it's dropped into your canvas, you want to go up to the top toolbar and change your sizing. Make sure you click the little lock icon to unlock it, and then change your sizing to 5x7. And once again, in your left hand tab, we are going to select upload again, and we want to bring in our design this time. Now, unfortunately, we can't just click and remove the background because it will take away some of the text. So instead of doing that, what I recommend doing is going to the top where it shows the little box with the slash through it, and taking your cursor and clicking and dragging as close to the text as possible without cutting any of it off. This is going to get rid of all the extra white around it that we do not need. And it helps with not allowing it to interfere with any of that wavy black border we have on our background. Now, once you're happy with that, hit apply and continue. And then once again, making this a flat graphic. And once that's saved out and dropped into your canvas, you want to go ahead and scale this onto your background, just like I told my Canva Pro members to do as well. And as you can see, because we got rid of that extra white around it, it is not interfering with the design behind it. Once you're happy with the size and positioning of it, go ahead and click and drag so both of those layers are selected, and then we want to flatten this together. Then with that flattened layer selected, we want to go up to the top, click offset, and then we want to give it a little white border so it looks exactly the way I made the prior one. And like I told my Canva Pro members, I just try to match it as best as I can with the same sizing as that outline. Once you're happy with that, click apply, and then it's going to give you the default color. Just change it to whatever color you would like. You want to do another click and drag over both of these layers so they're selected, and then go back down to the bottom and hit flatten. And now you are also ready to go on and click make and create your design. Really quickly, side by side, I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like with the difference between Canva Pro and non-Canva Pro when you save them out. And you can see on the right, it is giving me one of those yellow caution warning signs that says that it is a lower resolution for the one that is a non-Canva Pro. Then when you guys go on to click make, you will be brought to the screen. I usually like to center the design in the middle. Unfortunately, when it comes to Cricut's print and cut, the 5x7 invitation does not fit two at one time. So anytime you guys see me make invitations and I do 5x7 rectangular ones, I always use my slicer. I go quicker and I can fit more on one page. Because these are wavy, I have no interest in cutting these by hand. But unfortunately, that means I only could do the one at a time. So there you have it, guys. My long and thorough tutorial on how I created these gorgeous save the dates. If you have any questions regarding how I went about certain things, make sure you're dropping a comment. And as always, make sure you're following along for more DIY money saving tips and tricks.